A very pleasant morning to all in the reach of my voice. My name is Conrad O'Brien. And this morning, of course, it's the 1st of December. So we're going to be starting each program with a Christmas song. It's December 1, 2025. And indeed, we're coming to you live from the studios here at News Talk 93 FM. As soon as you're ready with our first Christmas song, Madam Producer, you can let me know so we can do that and then we will be back. But let me also, in the meantime, let me remind you the numbers to call are 876 212 9824, 876 462 0919. To listen to us on your smartphones and device, we invite you to go to the Apple or Google Play Store and indeed download the News Talk 93 FM app. We also stream live via www.newstalk93fm.net. And indeed, we invite you to call our sales department to advertise with us at 876 427 9955. That's the number for our sales department. And indeed, we also have an email address there, and that's newstalk93fmsales at gmail.com. So give us a call, and indeed, we have a package just for you, and we will be indeed very happy to discuss same with you. As soon as you're ready with the song, Madam Producer, you can give me the heads up and we will go there. Not all right. So where are we going with the program this morning? Coming up momentarily will be Conrad Steak, and indeed at 10:10 this morning, our guest will be attorney at law Stacey Knight. And we'll be talking to Stacey for information purpose, to educate our people as it relates to the process as it obtained to when there's a discrepancy or perceived discrepancy in our constituency and the court procedure. What's the various layers that has to go through? And of course, we know that there is a situation now with Paul Buchanan and indeed Prime Minister Andrew Holness as it relates to the West Central St. Andrew constituency. But as I said before, that constituency happens to be in the news and there's something happening there. But we seek to give general information to the public. So whether it's a case between Mark Golding and somebody else or Andrew Holness and someone else, what we want our people to do is to basically benefit from the education process. So that's where we'll be going this morning. We were supposed to be talking to former Minister of Energy, Philip Paulwell, as well, but we gather that he had some personal issue to attend to this morning, so he won't be able to join us today for that interview. Of course, you know that in the public domain at this time is the JPS score and the government as it relates to, the JPS needing about $350 million US to, complete rehabilitation and to expand their whole operation. So that's work out to what, about 60 something billion, billion with a B. So we wanted to get some information, and that I must also just say to you, our listeners, that we have been trying earnestly to get to Minister Darrell Vaz. I've sent him several messages, asked him to come on just to basically share information with the public, as I am also sending additional message to, for example, Minister Green. Had a chat with him yesterday, but we actually lost somewhere there in the process. So we are hoping that we'll be able to talk to Minister Green and other ministers of government to get the information out there as it relates to the people of Jamaica. The people of Jamaica wanting to know what is happening in earnest. So we we are indeed inviting you to stick and stay with us on the program today as we build out your program here. All right, so let's get into our feature, Conrad's Take, this morning. Now, there is a lot of things that we are looking at, but one of the things that we find happening in Jamaica is that a lot of chattering have been taking place around the place. So we seek to disseminate timely and proper information. And hence, we are quite selective in our guests, and we try to get as wide a cross section of people as possible. As you know, that the Hurricane Melissa have decimated Jamaica, and indeed that really put us in a tailspin, as it were. And as a result of that, we are trying to rebuild this country. And we always say all hands must be on deck or should be on deck. However, it begs the question as to whether or not it's just lip service, because certainly we're not seeing that kind of coming together and true unity from the two major political parties. We are not seeing where the government is basically calling the wider cross section of people, including the opposition, to the table so that they can, have that discourse to really and truly build the fabric of Jamaica, as it were. So we're asking that for that to happen. We want to see that, because if we talk about unity, it can't be just the word. We have to do the action. The deeds are very, very important. And that is why, for example, by way of disseminating information, I've been trying to get the people who are in decision-making position, i.e., head of agencies and indeed government ministers in the main. At times, we are unable to get through to them, so the show must go on. So if the opposition persons are available, which most of the time they are, we have to go to them. We know that right now, one of the most pressing situations here in Jamaica is the agriculture sector, because we have seen where the agriculture sector have been wiped out in a big way. And as a result of that, it is argued that we may have to basically go the route of imports. And we certainly would want to have that discussion to see how that importation will take place, who will be getting the import license, and indeed, what will we be importing? What is needed. And that is particularly important at this time of the year, because, of course, there's extra demand for food, vegetable, protein, and so on and so forth. So we crave the minister and officialdom to share the information with us as widely as possible. And of course, as a part of the media landscape here, we would love to have you sharing that information with us right here and the 93 FM. So once again, we're pleading for ministers to respond to our call for them to join us on the 93 here with yours truly, Conrad O'Brien, the fireman. That said, last week we talked to two players. Well, a week before and last week we talked to two players in the education sector. The president for the national, that's a PTA for the National Parent Teachers Association. We spoke to him, and also we spoke to the first president for the Caribbean Parent Teachers Association, Mr. Hannan. And they are both concerned in getting our students back in the classroom as soon as possible. The lot of discussion with the National Parent Teachers Association here in Jamaica, that discussion basically talked about putting field classrooms as similarly to field hospital. And the president there, Mr. Jacobs, he said that, he was getting into that discussion with the Ministry of Education, and indeed, in particular, the Minister of Education herself, Dr. Dixon. We promised that we will get an update, further update, and that, so maybe sometime this week or maybe next week, we will see if we can get some update on that, because certainly we know that the Christmas break is upon us. So it will be quite instructive to see how do we return for the January term. If those suggestions taken on board, and also how it will basically build out and where exactly, if any, of these field classroom will be put in place. Let's say the ministry decide to adopt the idea coming from the National Parent Teachers Association. I gather that it's an idea that find fertile ground with the Jamaica Teachers Association through its president, Mr. Mark Malavo, and other players within the education sector. Because after all, what we want to see how best we can basically get as much of our cohort, our students back in the learning space. Talking about that, we have quite a few troubled young men who are in the school space, but they are quite wayward. Some of them take on smoking and all sorts of things. And I know for sure, just talk to a teacher before I get on air. He is in the St. Catherine area. Won't name the school for obvious reason. And he was telling me about, boys there that are just troubled. He mentioned to me, for example, a parent who send the boy child, to school every day. And for example, last week, he had only attended class one day for the week. And the parent did ensure that he was provided with lunch money and bus fare, and he clad in his uniform and went through the door for school. Immediately I asked the teacher, it's a male teacher, so I asked him, I said, you're discerning in these things. What are you picking up with that child? And he said, first and foremost, he recognized that he is smoking. And just maybe he is one of the low-hanging fruit that is out there for recruiting, for gang activity and so on. We have to see how best we can basically capture those young men before they go over the precipice, because they are on top of the cliff, and just a slight push could basically get them over that proverbial precipice, as it were. The good thing about it, this particular young man, students, the mother engaged the teacher, and they're trying to see how best they can fix that issue. And so all in all, we are just hoping and praying for the best for our youngster. We also have young ladies who are having their own challenges, as it were, and one can just understand it was already there, but with all sorts of dislocation by way of, people just not living anywhere. One can just imagine how much that problem has been exacerbated by the passing of Hurricane Melissa. So all in all, we are a faith-based country, I deliberately say a faith-based country because we are not one-dimensional. It's not just Christian alone here in Jamaica. We have people who subscribe to other religion, whether it is Muslim, Rastafarian, as it were, Christian, of course, the Christian religion, which is the major religion in the country. So let's basically put our children, and indeed, by extension, our country, in prayers and hope for the very, very best. As we wind up this morning, it's now 28 minutes, 29 minutes, going up to after 9 o'clock. As we wind up, I start where I end where I started, to say that the import of a program such as this, Straight Up and others, is really to get information out there. And we have one agenda and one agenda alone: to get information, whether it's coming from the government, the opposition, the private sector, the communities, or anywhere. We are a stickler for information, and indeed our callers as well, because you, in your own space, have a lot of information that you want to share, a lot of questions that you have to ask and want answer to. So stick and stay with us for the duration of the program. Remember that my guest this morning will be attorney at law Stacey Knight, and we promise to give you some meaningful information there. Stay with us.
As Conrad take a quick commercial break, just to remind you that the Make We Talk program for this evening will be on at 7 o'clock this evening. We will be simulcasting with Cayman Mall Road in the Cayman Islands. My special guest this evening will be none other than Jamaican-owned diaspora person, Dr. Karen Dunkley. She will be coming on this evening with other guests. We'll be coming on to speak about Jamaica and also indeed what is going on within the Caribbean space. So as soon as Conrad O'Brien is ready for us, we'll go back to Conrad O'Brien as he take a quick commercial break. we have to be careful how we bring the commercials on the program here because of copyrights. So there you have it. We are simulcasting this morning with Conrad O'Brien over there on News Talk 93 FM. Our good friend there, Conrad O'Brien. This evening, as we come on air, as the Make We Talk come on air this evening, I just want to say this to you all. What? Just a moment. Let me figure out something here as we come on air here this morning, as we stand by to rejoin Conrad O'Brien. I just want to do something here. As soon as he's ready for us, we go back to Conrad O'Brien. But in the meantime, let me figure out something here on the news front out of Jamaica. You know that over the weekend, there is so many elections going on around the Caribbean. The Caribbean elder statesman, former Prime Minister Gonzalez, is no longer the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And there's an election in St. Lucia now. Local government ministry is moving to help cities, help parishes within, help the parish of St. Mary. I'm sorry, St. Mary. I'm seeing where the director of planning for the Caribbean Institute, so many other things happening around our country. Jamaica is getting so many help. I see wherein people are asking for help from the PM. There is something that I want to speak to you about. As soon as Conrad O'Brien come back, we'll go back to Conrad O'Brien. Let me put this over here. I have been seeing some things on social media. Okay, I got to do something here. I'm sorry.
Call us today at 876-632-8018. Email us at ken_mor2005@gmail.com. Kenmore, the best for sure.
Host your next event at the UWI Regional Headquarters. Our venue, located in Mona, Kingston, features reconfigurable meeting and seminar rooms, lounges, and lawn space for events large, small, and anywhere in between. Our facilities can be tailored to suit any occasion, from stylish soirees to formal business meetings. Call 876-927-2425 or 876-455-9346 to book your event. The UE Regional Headquarters, where great minds come
I'm sorry, I have to break it because they're playing Christmas songs and the copyrights in it. So we do apologize about that. Please stand by. Please stand by for Conrad O'Brien. They're playing Christmas music, and based on copyrights law, we have to be very careful what we do here in the Make We Talk program. This is a program that we don't want to get too much copyright infringement.
We go up until 12 midday. Of course, we cherish your listenership. And this morning, we are also streaming live via the Make We Talk YouTube channel with Jeffrey Tavares. So you can join us there as well. The lines are now open. The numbers are 876-212-9824. That's 876-212-9824 and 876-462-0919. Those are the numbers to reach us on the program this morning. So stick and stay with us as we build out your program continuously. It's the 1st of December. And of course, you would have heard our Christmas songs there. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So let's take the call. And as we talk about Jamaica, we continue to remind you of the portal that you can make donation to support Jamaica official disaster relief effort at supportjamaica.gov.jm. And we're aware that there are many other outfits that people are donating to, but this is the outfit by the government of Jamaica. And they're asking you to donate through trusted partners like Jamaica Red Cross and Food for the Poor, and so on and so forth. I'm also aware that I think the opposition PNP, they have basically put out a portal and as well, and there are other persons who are asking for donation. But you must basically wade through the water and decide which one you want to give to that you have your utmost trust in. All right? Hello. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, caller? Caller? Not hearing a call.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Mr. O'Brien. I trust you are well.
I am very well, Mr. Morgan. How are you?
Yeah, man. I'm just touching base with the observation you made earlier regarding the use of field schools, as it were, the language used by Stuart Jacobs.
Yes, and hold on there, Marlon. Hold on, Marlon. Hold on 1 second. Guys, let me just put something out there. Mr. Jacob, the president for the Jamaica Parent Teachers Association, National Parent Teachers Association, we spoke with him last week about field classroom. Marlon Morgan, he is a government senator, and of course, he has a position within the Ministry of Education. He is the the parliamentary secretary in the Ministry of Education. Marlon, are you commenting in an official capacity, or what, as it relates to the ministry's position on this?
That is correct, sir.
All right, good.
All right, so thanks for having established that. So just to indicate, we had developed as a ministry a framework that we have dubbed Education in Emergencies. And this was coming out of COVID, because what we're prioritizing, Mr. O'Brien, is continuity and minimize disruption as far as possible whenever we have any intervening issue, whether it's a pandemic such as COVID or a natural disaster such as Hurricane Melissa. In short, in the aftermath of Melissa, one of the early contemplations we had was that, listen, we're going to have to reimagine education going forward, and the minister tasked me in particular with working with the team to build out and fresh out our education and emergency strategies. And one of the things we had long anticipated was to use solutions like tents. You would have recalled some of those press conferences that the minister had, in particular, Morris Dixon, that is, immediately after Hurricane Melissa. She would have been putting the discourse out there, the word tents, and essentially making the point that, listen, at some school plans where the building has been destroyed, for example, at Seaford Town, Darliston, you name it, we may have to go the route of some temporary structures, even while we get the school back up in terms of rebuild. And so I can advise Mr. O'Brien that we have tents contributed by UNICEF, and we want to thank UNICEF for their partnership in this regard. We have a tent that has since been erected at the Darliston Primary School. I have shared the images with your producer. I trust she can bring them up.
Yes,
and bring it to your attention.
just saw it, Senator Morgan, and thanks for that. John's Hall Primary, and yes,
and Darliston Primary, because as you'll appreciate, these schools were in the path, as it were, of a system, and other schools suffered catastrophic damage as well. Because remember now, the damage to our education system was not homogeneous. We have some schools that were significantly damaged, almost totally destroyed, like the Seaford Town Primary School, and then you have some schools that suffered very minor damage, right?
Absolutely.
So tents are solutions that the ministry embraces, and we have in fact been using them. So we want to laud the NPTAJ, its president Stuart Jacobs, for his own advocacy, even though we were well down the wicket in this regard.
Absolutely, and the support that I gather he got a lot of support for the idea from the Jamaica Teachers Association as well. So I want to hear all parties concerned, and indeed happy that the ministry had basically moved swiftly. And what can we say about UNICEF, who comes in as a partner and assists us so ably, Marlon? Because
we saw it work. We saw it work in terms of field hospitals, and I like the logic Mr. Jacobs applied, because in as much as we can have field hospitals, it stands to reason that we can have a solution dubbed a field school, where you have all the amenities and fittings, even within the context of a movable tent or some structure that can allow for teaching and learning in the face-to-face sense.
Absolutely.
So we're well down the wicket with that.
Thanks a lot, Senator Morgan. God bless you, sir. All right? Good. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. That's very, very good input there. Very good input there we got from Senator Morgan, who is the parliamentary secretary in the Ministry of Education. As we started out, by saying that our mantra here is to disseminate information as much as possible. And we heard there that there are two such field school or field classroom, as it were, that established, one in Westmoreland and one in Clarendon, I think, yes. So we are indeed happy for that, and I am sure that as much as possible that those are needed, then we will see more of them rolled out, because the last thing that we want is to have, lost time in terms of the teaching and learning contact process with our teachers and students. Hello, caller.
Oh, good morning, Sir Conrad.
Hi, how you doing, country? Thanks for calling.
I'm doing great this morning.
Yes.
I first, Marlon Morgan come with a good input.
I wouldn't say that, but it was a good input. I wouldn't say that, but certainly, you know, we may disagree with Marlon from time to time, but certainly he is in the know on this one because he's a part of the Ministry of Education and he supported what came out from the National Parent Teachers Association, Mr. Jacobs, and other stakeholders. And that's what we want, you know, country, because just as we have been pushing for the government to say, clean the space that the people are in, where we see breakout of disease taking place now. And as we are saying that, listen, the government should adopt the principle of basically moving as much people who are vulnerable into safe space. You know, we would like them to adopt that as well. Similarly to they have adopted this tent or this field classroom situation.
Yeah, and he come across this morning with a real statement approach, you know?
All right, thanks. So Marlon, take about well, you know, when you have responsibility, you know, sometimes it kind of polish you up a bit. So maybe we're seeing a bit of polishing coming on Senator Morgan.
He's
my friend.
Now, you know?
Yes.
I must continue from last week. I want to hear from the Manchester police about Jaden Smith case. This was an A student.
Yes.
And this young 12-year-old Smith just missing. Just off the block, cannot be found. Nothing from the police. We need to hear something.
I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. The principal of Manchester High School, that's the school that Jaden attended, he spoke with us early in the piece, and I'm going to just maybe in the break, if he's not even able to come on air, but maybe in the break, the 10 o'clock break, I'll try to reach to Principal Gabriel to see, or we'll try to reach to Principal Gabriel just to see if there's any further information, you know, coming from the police or wherever and this young man, because it's indeed very, very sad.
And next thing, I hear the Prime Minister is saying that people must not give out care packets and gifts and whatever and put it all over social media. I hear him was beating up his lips about it, getting hungry. But I say, it's the same thing the Prime Minister did with the houses, the one houses. He went about, people have to move out the house to let the Prime Minister come and cut ribbon and then move back in. It's the same thing he does.
Well, country, that is even more shame and an embarrassment on the Prime Minister, because one can understand people are out there hungry, want a lick of food and so on. So everybody is out there giving out what they can. In the house, in the case of the houses, and I'm speaking from my heart on this, in the case of the houses that the Prime Minister is out there giving out, and I hope the Prime Minister will stop this, giving out to poor people, using the state resources, giving out those houses. And yesterday I was on a program and I made the point that Natalie Nita Garvey said that 2 of the houses that were built in her constituency, one of the person died before she was able to occupy the house because she was there waiting. I'm not saying because she was waiting, but she died. She was waiting for a long time. Obviously, the Prime Minister could not find it on his schedule to go and hand over the house to her. So before she could move into the house, she died. There was another young lady there who, during the hurricane last year, Hurricane Beryl, yes, her house was completed. She approached the member of parliament, Mrs. Garvey, and Mrs. Garvey said to her, "Go into the house," because it was she and her 2 children.
Yeah.
Suffice it to say, country, the young lady went into the house. You know that after the hurricane, she had to remove from the house to give the prime minister the opportunity for his ribbon cutting exercise. No, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm talking to you as a brother. Examine this and tell me from where you sit in your hearts of hearts if this is good coming from the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Remember, Andrew, you are from the quote-unquote bowel of the people. Don't treat your brothers and sisters this way. These things for me in a country, as I keep on saying, people can tag me as much as they want politically. But when I sit behind this microphone, I have one constituency, and that is for Jamaica. Whether it come down on the PNP side or the JLP side, it matters zero to yours truly, Conrad O'Brien, the fireman.
Right. And I must say, the Prime Minister must know the terms. Your kecker cannot cause pot.
Our pot can cause kecker.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
And let I close with this. I'm calling upon the councillor for the Lower Hydasville Division in Northwest St. Catherine. The road from Lower Hydasville to Wanda Bowlers Primary School, it is very bad from 2019. And from 2019, the guy jumped in the pothole and died. Those potholes are still there. I am calling upon Councillor Grant.
Yes.
It can't stay so.
And let me say this. Here's where the rubber hit the road, country. Councillor, what's his name?
Councillor Grant.
Councillor Grant. And this is for other councillors and members of parliament as well. We know that sometimes it's about the constraint of the resources that you are given. If it's a situation where you have things to do in your division or your constituency, for heaven's sake, engage your people. Let them know what the lay of the land is. Let them know that, listen, you're making representation on their behalf. And you're just not getting the resources to do it. But for you to stay there, stay away from your division or indeed your constituency, it's not going to cut it. The people want to see you. The people want to hear from you. You trod all the hills and valleys, the nooks and crannies of these constituencies and division. You even eat out of the same people pots. You hold their babies with their runny nose when you want the vote. Please. And more of us, country, as citizens of Jamaica, irrespective of your political affiliation or support, we must start to speak more truth to power, no matter who the guy is.
Right. The people put you there in the parish council to make representation for the people. And this is a parish council road. Election is when is the parish council election? February coming?
No, not this February coming.
Okay, so then over next year.
It's 4 years. The parish council election is every 4 years. You know, and let I just say this, country, before you move. Countries, everybody know country is a supporter of the PNP. The division that country is talking, it is held by a PNP councillor. The constituency he's talking about is occupied now, or the member there is Damian Crawford. And we are
Right.
calling and asking the question because we are not dealing with partisan issue here at all. Far from it. Country? Country? All right, seems we lost country there. All right, so country. All right, the lines are open. It's your program. It's 876-2129.
I am here.
Oh, you're there. Go ahead, country.
Yeah. I am saying the people, as what you said, the people need to see the councillor. From the storm, no councillor, no MP.
Mm-hmm.
So we are calling upon both councillor, member of parliament. And the community is still without electricity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The one in Bola school, no electricity.
Okay. Have they been outfitted with a Delco, as far as you know?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. All right.
Not that I know of.
All right, country. Thanks a lot for today.
All right. God bless.
God bless you. Good. All right. So that's the other thing. We are hoping that institutions such as schools and so on, can be outfitted with a Delco plant. And indeed, we know that there is a premium in operating the Delco. So if there are persons who can give Delcos that are solar powered, that would be good as well. Hello, caller.
Morning, Conrad.
Hi, good morning, Africa. How are you doing, sir?
What going, man?
Nothing much. Talk to me. Africa?
Just the timing. Huh? Just the timing, Conrad.
Mm-hmm.
It is very important,
And you say that to say what? Hello?
Well, the time now, Conrad.
No, you say that to say what?
That me answer what timing, What time now,
Country.
Timing very important.
Yeah, man.
We're not talking about no country, We're not talking about Guatemalan.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on, man. Hold on. Just calm. I'm sorry. I refer to you as country now. I'm sorry. I mean Africa. What were you saying, sir? Go ahead.
Timing is very important, Conrad.
Uh-huh.
And that me answer to you.
Yeah, man. And I'm trying to say to you that I don't understand the parable in your statement. So I'm asking if you...
statement don't go on a parable. It's all right, man. All right now.
Mm-hmm.
New Day School.
Uh-huh.
New Day School.
Yes.
In my constituency.
Mm-hmm.
May I ask the Minister of School?
Yes. Minister of Education. Mm-hmm. Same thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
To come have an urgent look for New Day School and treat it as an emergency.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And don't make the school drop down on the youth then before they can deal with it.
Thank you very much for that, Africa, because Africa, hold on. I know that Senator Morgan is listening and others listen. So once again, our caller here, country, he is saying that the New Day primary school. Hold on, no country. Hold on, no. African. Yeah. We know that the new. You're saying that the New Day primary school is in urgent attention. All right.
Urgent need.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Urgent need of attention, Conrad.
All right.
And then to come deal with it in an emergency way.
All right, good.
But your emergency, treat it as an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
The Minister of Education, come there, bring your entourage and come there, come look on it now.
Already, cool.
Don't wait till the youth them get damaged before they come there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me know. Time in the at 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock now, it's good to be here, yeah?
All right, thanks. Take care, African. All right, let's go to, we're up on the break. Are we there? All right, we're up on the break, coming up to the 10 o'clock break shortly. So We are taking your calls, 876-212-9824. Remember, when we come back from the 10 o'clock break, at 10 minutes after 10, we'll be talking to attorney at law Stacey Knight. We'll be getting some information from her as to how situation proceeds when there is some alleged discrepancy in our constituency after election take place. Let's go to the break. Suka. All right. So again, as we remind you that today is Monday, the 1st of December. Let's go to the break. Suka.
American as apple pie. This Giving Tuesday is our first without federal funding. We need you to keep this American tradition alive. Give now at donate.npr.org.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Corva Coleman. President Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, is going to Moscow today. He's expected to discuss weekend talks held in Florida with Ukrainian officials. Witkoff and Secretary of State Marco Rubio say these talks were productive, but Rubio says more work is needed.
We don't just want to end the war, we also want to help Ukraine be safe forever, so never again will they face another invasion, and equally importantly, we want them to enter an age of true prosperity.
The officials reviewed a new U.S. peace plan for Ukraine and Russia. It was initially criticized as heavily favoring Moscow. Ukrainian and European officials have worked to change it. President Trump says he spoke directly with Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro by phone last week. This comes as Congress is investigating the Trump administration's deadly boat strikes in the Caribbean. Trump says, without proof, the U.S. military is attacking drug traffickers. The medical journal JAMA is publishing new guidelines from the World Health Organization. These focus on the treatment of obesity and the use of GLP-1 therapies, such as Ozempic. NPR's Gabriela Emanuel has more.
Worldwide, obesity affects over 1 billion people, and that's projected to rise to 2 billion by 2030. Francesca Ciletti is with WHO and co-authored the guidelines.
We have never had guidelines on the treatment of obesity before, and it's the first guideline on GLP-1 therapies.
The guidelines say it's critical that GLP-1s are part of a broader medical plan, including physical activity and management of chronic diseases linked to obesity. They also call for equitable access to GLP-1s that prioritizes those with the highest need, as well as more research on long-term use and safety. Gabriela Emanuel, NPR News.
Thanksgiving travelers faced flight delays and rough driving conditions over the weekend. Snow and ice blanketed parts of the Midwest and Great Lakes region. As NPR's Marie Andrusevich reports, a fresh blast of wintry weather is on the way, especially for the Northeast.
Thousands of flights were canceled as hubs got hit with heavy snowfall, including a November record 8.4 inches at Chicago's O'Hare. Now, a new system will spread from the Central Plains to the Mid-Atlantic through New England, leaving as much as a foot of snow. National Weather Service meteorologist Andrew Orison says East Coast cities will mostly be spared.
There may be some minor accumulations, perhaps from, let's say, areas north and west of Baltimore on up through Philadelphia, New York City and up to Boston, but it's mainly going to be the interior areas where the heaviest accumulations are going to be.
Over the next couple of days, well below average temperatures are expected in the eastern and central states. Marie Andrusevich, NPR News.
And you're listening to NPR News from Washington. President Trump says he will pardon the former president of Honduras, Juan Orlando Hernandez. He was convicted in the U.S. for helping drug traffickers move tons of cocaine into the country. This comes as officials in Honduras are counting votes from the country's election. Trump has weighed in to support the conservative candidate who has taken an initial lead. Separately, the president has set free former U.S. financier David Gentile. Gentile had been sentenced to prison for defrauding thousands of people out of more than $1.6 billion. He could still face penalties. A pair of blockbuster sequels packed movie theaters this holiday weekend. NPR's Bob Mondello has details.
Rabbits and Foxes and Witches, oh my.
Dream Team.
Disney's Zootopia 2.
I want the fox and the rabbit.
And the Oz prequel sequel, Wicked for Good.
Think of what we could do together.
Are burning up the cinema turnstiles with what's predicted to be a combined Thanksgiving weekend total of $250 million in North America. The Zoo Critters lead with roughly $155 million, while in their second week, the Pink and Green Witches are collecting about $95 million. Combined, that puts them well ahead of the top 5 hits in most pre-pandemic weekends, but behind last year's all-time power couple, The First Wicked and Moana 2. Bob Mondello, NPR News.
The WNBA and its players' union have agreed to extend their contract through January 9th. Negotiators decided to extend the contract for a second time minutes before it ran out last night. Some issues include player salary caps. This is NPR.
This is Ira Glass. On This American Life, we tell stories about when things change. Like for this guy, David, whose entire life took a sharp, unexpected, and very unpleasant turn.
And it did take me a while to realize that it's basically because the monkey pressed the button.
That's right, because the monkey pressed the button. Surprising stories every week, wherever you get your podcast.
Are you looking for exceptional dental care? Then look no further, because Wellington Dental is here to serve you. We offer dental care for both adults and children. At Wellington Dental, we know that a visit to the dentist might be mind-boggling, but don't let that stop you from getting the dental care you need. We have trained therapists to help alleviate your anxiety and make you feel so relaxed you feel like you're at home. Wellington Dental, located at 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town. We look forward to serving you.
It's a massive Black Friday sale on blinds for every occasion. 20 to 30% off on the most durable and exquisite blinds. Look no further than White Rose Interiors at Unit 32, the Trade Center, 30 to 32 Red Hills Road, Kingston, and Unit 24, G West Center, 6 Crane Boulevard, Fairview, Montego Bay. Don't miss your chance to save on the most durable blinds at White Rose Interiors.
Host your next event at the UWI Regional Headquarters. Our venue, located in Mona, Kingston, features reconfigurable meeting and seminar rooms, lounges, and lawn space for events large, small, and anywhere in between. Our facilities can be tailored to suit any occasion, from stylish soirees to formal business meetings. Call 876-927-2425 or 876-455-9346 to book your event. The UE Regional Headquarters, where great minds come together.
Empire Group of Companies is now in the heart of New Kingston to serve you better. At 31 Tobago Avenue, get Empire Stationery and Office Supplies, Empire Restaurant and Hotel Supplies, and Empire Med and Scientific Supplies. Free same-day delivery island-wide. Visit their showroom today. Call 876-906-1965-6 or WhatsApp 876-775-2277. Email empirestationery1@gmail.com.
Bag it and pin it, every rubbish in a pan. No dirty up the place, this a beauty island. So keep Jamaica. Say make we do it, keep Jamaica clean. Beg you listen to me please. No plastic bag, no fear blowing at the breeze. Proper garbage, disposal, recycle plastic, now make it full up in the streets. Bag it and pin it, every rubbish in a pan. No dirty up the place, this a beauty island. So keep Jamaica. Say make we do it. A message from the National Solid Waste Management Authority.
The following hour is brought to you by Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town. Wellington Dental, providing dental care.
Welcome back to Straight Up right here and News Talk 93 FM. My name is Conrad O'Brien. They call me the fireman. We go up until 12 midday, and indeed, it's now 11 minutes off till 10 o'clock. And at this time, we are supposed to have our spotlight guests on. That's Stacey Knight, attorney at law. We're trying to reach to Stacey, but we're not getting her at the minute. So, Madam Attorney at Law Stacey, if you're hearing, we're trying to reach you, or you can indeed call us at 876-212-9824 or 876. That's 876-212-9824 or indeed 876-462-0919. We booked her. She was confirmed to be on at this time, so don't know what is going on there, but we hope that we'll be able to get through to Madam Attorney at Law Stacey Knight to discuss the situation as it relates to the present matter that is taking place between Paul Lennox Buchanan, and Andrew Michael Holness, as it relates to the what is being described as anomalies. I won't raise it above that in the election down there in West Central St. Andrew. So let's see how that goes. In the meantime, let me share the phone numbers with you. 876-212-9824. That's 876-212-9824 and 876-462-0919. All right, so as soon as we are able to get our guests up, we'll talk to you. For those of you who are watching us on the Conrad the Fireman YouTube channel, Conrad OB the Fireman YouTube channel, let me know if you are hearing the sounds coming through and your portal. As I said, I think we're also up live on the Make We Talk YouTube channel there as well. Certainly, we blanket Kingston and the 93.5 FM band. So join us there as we continue to bring the program to you. And you can also go and download the News Talk 93 FM app and listen to us there as well. So you can download the News Talk 93 FM app by going to the Apple at www.newstalk93fm.net. So lots of offering to listen to us and your portals this morning. So we entreat you to stay with us. And indeed, the Gleaner is reporting this morning on its front page. Local contractors want integration in container home solution. So let's see how that will go. And we heard an interview from engineer Mr. Burgess, and I'm going to try to see if I can get an interview going with Mr. Burgess. Don't know if we can try to get that tomorrow or so. He has a clear understanding on this container homes and so on. So we want to talk to him about that. There is a picture here of Richard Mullins, president of the Incorporated Master Builders Association. And they're saying that we have our guest. Okay, our guest is online. We have our guest online, Stacey Knight. So let's just get to.
Hello.
Hi, Miss Knight. How are you doing?
Hi, Conrad. Morning. I'm doing fine, thank you. And how are you?
I am fine. Fine, thank you. Fine, thank you, ma'am.
Greetings to your listeners.
Indeed. Thanks a lot on their behalf as well. Now, Madam Attorney, we have been tracking this situation here in the constituency of West Central St. Andrew with Prime Minister Holness and indeed Mr. Paul Buchanan. You're one of the attorney that is representing Mr. Buchanan. But this morning, we want to speak with you in your capacity wider, that as an attorney, to really just explain the situation to my listeners here in Jamaica, what obtains there in terms of the general situation when you have a situation like this. So, first of all, talk to us how, in terms of time frame on this, how long could a matter like this take to basically come to conclusion?
Well, the courts treat matters like this with priority because clearly it has implications for the governance of the country and for the continuity of governance in the country.
Yes.
Which you don't want there to be any break, really, in governance. And so, whereas sometimes other litigants might wait a long time for their matters to come up, these matters are given priority by the court. So they will be fast-tracked.
Yes.
In fact, the timelines for raising issues like these, and when I say like these, I'm talking about of election irregularities, things that could change the status quo in terms of who is the member of parliament who is sitting in parliament on behalf of a constituency of people. The timeline for raising issues, very tight. And so it's within the first 14 days after the election that any submission must be brought before the constituted authority. That was done. And then within, I think it was 14 or 7, I forget the timeline right now, and I don't have my notes with me. But the timeline for the constituted authority to respond, again, was very short, and they responded within that time. We are at the stage now where the constituted authority, which is a special body of persons designated to hear not petitions, but to hear irregularities in an election, that body made their ruling, and it is that ruling that is being challenged. The timeline for this is not set out in law, but we know that the courts will treat it with high priority to make sure that their decisions are brought as soon as possible. We're waiting on a decision now that we expect by the 8th of December, which is next Monday.
Next Monday. All right, good. So let's walk through the process. Now, it started at a point where it was taken to the election court first. That's what happened? What happened? What was the first?
It actually didn't go to the election court.
What happened first?
It went to the constituted authority.
Thank you very much. Yes, the constituted authority. The constituted authority did not find what transpired from there. Share with us, walk us through, because we want to get our listeners to understand these things, Madam Attorney at Law.
All right. So the constituted authority is like it's a first step before a matter goes before the election court. Although there is another route where the matter could go straight via election petition to the election court. In this instance, went through the constituted authority. So that group is supposed to determine whether the complaint of the candidate, in their opinion, should be presented to the election court. The election court, as a court, obviously, will hear testimony, evidence. Persons will be sworn, cross-examined, like a case. The constituted authority does not have to do that, and they did not in this instance do that. So they read affidavits, sworn evidence, but they didn't hear from the applicants personally.
Mm-hmm.
They read the affidavits that people complaining of whatever the irregularities, whether people are allowed to vote twice, whether there was some kind of delay in voting, intimidation of voters, various irregularities that could upset the balance.
Mm-hmm.
In this instance, the constituted authority, having read the affidavit, they did not find that it should be brought before the election court.
Yes.
But, right. And so Paul Buchanan, who is the candidate that made the complaint, can go another step, because the constitutional authority, being a statutory appointed board of persons, they are subject to what is known as judicial review.
Yes.
Now, judicial review is where any body, and by body I mean person or group of persons, who has authority to make decisions on behalf of the government, as appointed by the government, by the state.
Yes.
That body making a decision, if their decision is thought by anyone affected by the decision to be perverse, to be wrong, to be not the right decision in law, then you can judicially review their decision. It's similar to an appeal, but it's called judicial review because it's not really an appeal, because the result of judicial review is not to substitute a new decision. What the court does when it judicially reviews their decision is that the court will say that decision was wrong, and its decision can be quashed. We call that certiorari. Or they can be mandamus, meaning that the body is directed to make a certain other decision.
Good.
So we're waiting now for that to happen. That's what we're expecting to happen, that the decision will be quashed.
The decision will be quashed. Now, unquashing that decision, what happened from there?
All right. So since that was a decision that said the matter should not go before the election court, then if that decision is quashed, then the matter will go before the election court. And so now we engage the election court process. And this is the process where the affiant, that's the person who swore an affidavit saying, I was there on election day and saw this and saw that and heard this and heard that. Those affiants, those persons, witnesses, if you want to call them that, will go before the election court. They will be called there to testify. And in their testifying, of course, they'll be cross-examined and tested to see the veracity and how they stand up, how credible they are. And there should be examination and investigation of what they are saying. And then if it is found that there are, in fact, irregularities that bring the election into disrepute, then the election can be overturned. And if the election is overturned, there will need to be another election, what we call a by-election.
A by-election. All right. Based on what you saw there or what is being argued, if it goes according to what you just mentioned and overturned, are we looking at a total runover of the entire constituency or part thereof?
I would expect it to be the entire constituency.
The entire constituency. I'm asking you these things, Madam Attorney, because a number of persons believe that, listen, once the court rule in favor of Buchanan on or before the 8th, then it means that Prime Minister Holness would have to demit Parliament. So we're saying that that's not so, and you have just outlined the various steps. That would be step one, and there are a number of things triggered from there.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
It's the election court that would have that power to say that the person who is sitting in Parliament is not entitled to sit in Parliament, because the election by the people of that person to Parliament is to be voided. The election is to be voided. Only the election court can say that. And the election court has not yet heard anything in this matter because the constituted authority didn't think the matter should go before the election court. Paul Buchanan is challenging that decision by judicial review. If the current court, the judicial review court, says it goes before the election court, then we go to that step. Several steps.
Several steps. All right. As I said, the Paul had 3 persons representing him there in terms of attorney. Yourself, attorney Arnold Brown, and indeed Mr. Wildman, Hugh Wildman. Now, based on what you saw, and you can either comment or you can leave it alone, depending on how far you can go. Based on the argument that was put forward, do you believe that the Buchanan has any chance of being successful in this round and it goes to the election court?
Well, I would say just this. Yes, I believe that there is a chance. It's up to the court to make their decision, and the court can rule one way or another.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But certainly, I believe that the court can rule either way.
And
being on the team, the submissions that I heard, let me leave it alone. The matter is before the court.
Oh, all right,
the court
good.
can rule either way.
Good. And that you're saying, Madam Attorney at Law, we could be in receipt of that information by the latest, the 8th of December. Today is the 1st. So by sometime next week, we would basically know what is happening there.
That's the date that the court promised.
Mm-hmm.
And we hope that they'll be able to have that decision ready in time as promised.
As promised. I'm sure, I don't know that you can go much further, as you said that it is in the court, but certainly what we wanted is to just get the lay of the land, the information, the education process out there as to how these matters proceeds. You know, because that's what we do, Stacey. We try to get information out to the public. We don't have a view as to, well, we have a view, but we don't make those views public. Our job here is to really get the information out. And I think you did an exceptionally good job in terms of outlining everything there. Stacey, I know that you... Go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm saying I hope so. I hope it's clear. If anybody has questions, I hope I'll be able to answer them too.
Good. All right. I won't be able to take the question while you're on, but I'm sure that a number of persons who are listening and viewing basically have questions. But just a bit of segue here, Stacey. One of your constituents, one of my regular caller here, African, he was on just now and he was talking about the emergency at the New Day Primary School in your constituency, and he was urging the Ministry of Education to deal with it as a matter of priority and emergency. Do you have any information on that, and what kind of attention that school at New Day may be required at this time?
You know, I'm not aware of the emergency situation at New Day Primary.
So he was saying that it need emergency attention there. So, you know, we actually...
What? In what area? Something...
Maybe in terms of construction and all of that, you know, construction and the environs of the schools, you know, the school rather. But Marlon was on earlier, who is the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, and I know he is listening. So, you know, we're urging them to basically take a visit and see what is happening there at that primary school, New Day Primary.
Okay. And I will visit there as well.
Indeed.
In my constituency, and I'm close to that school. I know it's a school that suffers neglect, really. They don't get a lot of attention. There aren't a lot of resources for the school. But the school has good friends. Their alumni group is very active. And so I know if there's an emergency situation there between the alumni and other well-wishers of the school will address it if the authorities aren't addressing it fast enough.
Good.
I will certainly go and check on it and see how I can help.
And a time frame? And you going there?
I'll go there today.
Today. All right. So we'll get an update from you, Stacey. Thanks a lot, and God bless you. Thanks for coming on. All the best. That's Stacey Knight, attorney at law. All right. Thanks. All the best. Let's go to the 10:30 break. Sue, come.
Wow, a very very robust discussion with attorney at law, the daughter of veteran politician KD Knight, Miss Stacey Knight rather. Just to remind you that at 7 p.m. this evening, the Make Talk Current Affair program will be on. That's the Make Talk Current Affair program. There you have it on the screen there. Will be on this evening at 7 p.m. We'll be broadcasting simulcast with Cayman Mall Road over there in the Cayman Islands. And also coming up pretty soon, we'll be broadcasting with a TV station in Johannesburg, South Africa. Not today, we are working on that. That will be broadcasting with a TV station over there in Johannesburg, South Africa. But this evening at 7 p.m., we'll be simulcasting with Cayman Mall Road over there in the Cayman Islands. As you all know, Cayman is my second home. Cayman is my second home, Jamaica my first, and Cayman my second home. So we'll be broadcasting simulcast with Cayman Mall Road this evening at 7 p.m. My special guest will be Dr. Karen Dunkley of the Jamaican diaspora. We're working feverishly to get opposition spokesperson on community development, Natalita Garvey. Hopefully we can. We're working very feverishly to get to her to come on. Just letting you know that, and as we simulcast right here on the Make We Talk program with News Talk 93 FM with Conrad O'Brien. So this evening, Make We Talk Current Affair program, this and every Monday evening with Jeffrey Tavares at 7 p.m. on the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. We will be broadcasting, simulcasting with Cayman Mall Road over there in the Cayman Islands. Let's see if Conrad O'Brien is ready for us. We'll go back to Conrad O'Brien.
Hey, your property.
No, he's not ready for us as yet. As soon as he's ready, we go back to Conrad O'Brien. As soon as he's ready, we go back to him. But just letting you know that this evening we will be broadcasting on the Make We Talk Current Affair program. That's the Make We Talk Current Affair program. Will be coming on this evening. I think I'm going to have the gracious guest of Mr. Wilfred Radigan will be hosting us this evening also. Hopefully he'll be coming on. But I know for a fact that this evening we will be on. We'll be broadcasting, simulcasting with Cayman Mall Road over there in the Cayman Islands this evening. And our special guest will be none other than Dr. Karen Dunkley, member of the Jamaican diaspora. It is now 10:34, where we're listening, watching from around the world on the Eastern Caribbean. This is the Make We Talk program. Simon Casting with Conrad O'Brien over there at News Talk 93 FM. Let's go over to Conrad. Okay. You going back to some Christmas music, Can't play any Christmas music on this. So as soon as you're ready, we go back to Conrad O'Brien on News Talk 93 FM. That's News Talk 93 FM over there in the land of wood and water. The land of wood and water. Let's see if they're ready for us. Oh, Lord, he's playing some Christmas songs. So remember to join us this evening at 7 p.m. We'll be simulcasting with Cayman Mall Road over there in the Cayman Islands. We're working feverishly to get this program into South Africa. It's already in South Africa, but an organization over there wrote to me and asked me if they can, if I'm willing to do that. And I told them yes. So I'm working on that also to be going into Johannesburg, South Africa. I want to say good morning to former ambassador of Interpol, Andy Mashiley over there in South Africa. Good morning to you, sir. Let's see if we can get this, if Conrad is ready for us. No. Not ready for us as yet, but as soon as he is, then we will go live to him. As soon as he's ready for us, we'll go live to him. So many things going on. The Americans have closed the airspace over Venezuela. The Americans have closed the airspace over Venezuela. So based on that, we don't know what is going to happen, if they're going to be an strike on Venezuela by the Americans. We don't know. What we can tell you that he has closed the airspace over Venezuela. Let's go back to Conrad O'Brien. Still playing music. Some people are questioning why I refer to Venezuela president as a dictator. I did not. I was reading an item of news and it said Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro. A lot of people are upset because I use that term. Don't upset with me. It's something I saw in the Gleaner and I use it. Not in the Gleaner, in the New York Post. So I don't know why you all are upset with me. If I repeat something that a news organization said, don't be upset with me. I wasn't the one who made that news. That news was made through the newspaper here in the United States, New York. Is it New York Post? Yes, I think that's the name of it. It wasn't me who made that comment or that news article. It was written by me.
Welcome back to Straight Up, right here at News Talk 93 FM. My name is Conrad O'Brien. We go up until 12 midday. We're in the hour that is sponsored by our friends at Wellington Dental. And of course, we just spoke to attorney at law Stacey Knight, to get some clarity and information and important issues, not as it relates to any one case, but the general lay of the land, because we want our people to pretty much understand what's taking place there. We have callers, and let's go to the phone. Oh, all right. Let's remind you of the phone lines. The lines are open. The numbers are 876-212-9824. That's 876-212-9824 and 876-462-0919. Those are the numbers to call as I greet my friend and brother who is in studio here with us this morning. Hi, Richie. How you do? All is well? Good. All right. So it's your program. We're up on the 93. And remember now that this is the place to be. 93 FM. Going forward. Awesome programming. And indeed. So stick and stay with us right here at News Talk 93 FM. I was sharing with you earlier the front page article on the Gleaner, where the Master Builders Association, they are weighing in. So local contractors want integration into container home solution. And I'm going to have a discussion with, I'll try to get a discussion going with engineer Burgess and try see if we can get that going tomorrow or so. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, welcome caller.
Mr. O'Brien.
Hi, Portmore, how are you doing?
Not too bad.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me. Tell me what I'll go on with you.
Listen to the discussion with the attorney a while ago.
Yes.
You really believe that under our system now, that the court is going to rule against the assistant prime minister.
Why not? I believe that Jamaica is a real country, you know, sir. Jamaica is a
well,
Jamaica.
I'm afraid.
Mhm.
I'm afraid if you have that belief, that I certainly know that it is an illusion. Even if it appears that Jamaica right now is not a real place, based on what is taking place, it could not be a real place, because the kind of thing that are happening out here now, it couldn't happen in no country that have any that have real justice system and law and order. In fact, no, man, Jamaica is not a real place as it stands now.
You know, Portmore, I'm going to say this to you, that I continue to hold on to faith and to believe in the judicial process in Jamaica. And I'm hoping that and here I am, because one of the things that we have to do, you know, we have to basically be open-minded about these things. It can't be that if we don't get a result in our favor, we believe that Jamaica is not a real place and that Jamaica, the judicial process, is flawed. You know, we have as Stacey, she attorney goes into a matter with the expectation of coming out on the victory side. But let's look and see what will happen. It's a short window we have to wait. It's sometime next week, the 8th. Today is the 1st. The 8th will be when, about next Tuesday or so, I think. Yes? So we could get that information with us round about that time. So let's see how that goes.
I observe, been observing since this administration took office, that a lot of our institutions are being politicized. People are being replaced, and only persons who will do the bidding or accede to certain requests are put in certain positions. So I am not hopeful, and as I said, right now, based on what is going on, Jamaica is being turned into some autocratic or totalitarian system where the government get rid of who opposes them and only put people in who will listen to them, just like what is taking place up in North America right now with the lunatic up there.
Well, you know, Portmore, what I will say to you is that it's too many of our people actually feel that way. Just too many of our people feel that way, that, you know, the whole thing is stacked against the people. And indeed, we are not seeing proper governance here in Jamaica. But I still say, sir, that I hang on to hopes. I really don't like a lot of this posture of the PM. For example, the Prime Minister have to understand that, you know, he is the leader of the country. So when you have persons out there and the Prime Minister is really declaring war against them and so on, however the word is used and however you want to interpret it, we have to understand that the same knife that stick goat stick sheep. One would remember when Miranda Wellington during the election campaign used the word war, say for war or war and so on, and she was raked over the cold. So
who is raking these people? How many person come out and denounce that one from Upper Portland who should be who somebody should have punched him in the mouth?
Careful.
Who are you talking about? Who coming out and denouncing that man's behavior? If it was, that's what I'm saying, people who supposed to come out, and that is what happened in Jamaica. When good people remain silent, evil thrive, and that is what is taking place. Too many so-called, I should say, good people, because these people are really concerned and conscious about the country. Everybody can run away. And we should look and see what is taking place up now. No, a whole heap of people who would jump on a plane and go to America. Donald Trump just announced him he's going to restrict
third world.
From third world countries,
And although Jamaica is not there, and although, sorry, Portmore, although we don't see Jamaica in those 13 countries that is there, he said all third world countries, so they may not list every country by name, but certainly we have to basically look at that. I think attorney at law who based in Florida, Wayne Golden, he also said, listen, Jamaica has to basically watch this as well. I think I heard him on RJR News talking about it. So we have to understand that we have to build this little rock here called Jamaica and demand good governance.
Yeah, too many people are on the sideline talking about they are not participating in the political system. You cannot live in our country that is going to pieces, like what is taking our system is literally being destroyed by partisan politics, and people who claim to be of goodwill sitting down and not holding these people to account and say, no, we cannot continue to go down that road. And everybody is silent. Remember now, Jamaica don't belong to Hanjo Wallace and his cronies are Mark Golden and his, Jamaica is for the total population of this country, not just a few politicians. That's why I keep saying this thing. The PNP made a big mistake when they went and accept that money that Nigel Clark voted for, give themselves, They should have come out against it, because right now they are being seen as if the whole of them is the same, is one and the same. And that is why when you don't seem to be getting the amount of pushback, because they are saying, well, why what am I saying? Because the whole of them is agreeing and literally facing the people of this country to benefit themselves, the politicians, and not doing what is necessary to benefit the majority of the Jamaican people. But if the almost 60% as for the population who decide that they are not participating, then they need to go and form a third political party, because either we're going to drift off into, we don't have enough military, although we see them are going and they want to militarize the country, but we don't have enough military and enough police to really turn Jamaica into a military into that.
I hope we don't get to that stage, Portmore. But I say this, I still believe that we have enough credible people within the PNP and the JLP that if they decide that, listen, we're really going to go on the side of the Jamaican people, we can build Jamaica into the kind of fortress that it certainly can be, Portmore. One of the sad thing I want to mention here, Portmore, that you talk about a group of people who not coming out, not allowing their voices to be heard. And as a result of that, Portmore, social media take over. And I can tell you that right now, it's a full-blown divisive thing that is taking place here after Hurricane Melissa. Here is a situation where we believe that Hurricane Melissa, after this devastation, it would bring Jamaica in unity. The country, Portmore, I dare say, has never been more split than it is right now. The country split. You have people who out there doing their little thing here and there, but in terms of the unity aspect of it, the country is split.
Because we don't have any good leadership in the government. The leader, when there's a crisis in our country, a leader, it's a good leader. Not when everything is good going.
Hello? Portmore? Go ahead. I lost you there for a bit.
Yeah, I'm saying, when a country is in crisis, that is when you see the true nature of what good leadership is all about. And if when there's a crisis, it is showing up the worst, it is just going to show that Jamaica and the Labour Party is lacking in proper leadership. That was something that people been saying from day one. This man is not a good leader, and that is why the country is going down where it is going.
But
you're behaving as if to say.
But a number of people will listen, Portmore would say, listen, the Jamaican people give Mr. Holness 3 mandates. He is now on his 3rd term.
The Jamaican people.
Well, here is it. Hold on. Here is it. Here is where the rubber hits the road. You can't blame Mr. Holness for this. The fact of the matter is that we have a democratic process. The election was the 3rd of September. People were asked. I stayed here on this radio station and on many other programs, both here in Jamaica and abroad, where I've been invited as guests. And I said that, listen, I won't tell you which party to go out and cast your vote for, but go out and participate in the process. We saw in New York City recently, this wasn't a general election in New York. And this is a record turnout that they had since 1963. So they understand the lay of the land, while we here in Jamaica, we're twiddling our thumbs and pussyfooting around because we believe that the only thing with an election is only that, boy, I mean, I go vote, and I'm gonna tell you, a man who are wear colors are out there ardently saying I support this party. And so when election day come, he allowed himself or herself to be suppressed by collecting a little money and stay home. You can't blame the Prime Minister for that. Blame the darn people.
Well, a good leader, I have to blame him, because if he was genuinely concerned about doing the best for the
All right, Portmore. Let's leave it there for today. Thanks. All right. We continue to invite your calls. 876-21. Hello, caller.
Conrad, good afternoon. Wait, good morning. Still morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, I'm so happy to get on your program. But first of all, before I say what I have to say, Mr.
Wow.
Listening you right now on his program, and so it.
Sorry. You were saying? Sorry, you were saying?
Mr. Tavares must be commended, because I am listening you right now through his platform.
Yes, because he is simulcasting. He's carrying the feed. My channel is also up now. That's a Conrad, the fireman. Conrad OB, the fireman. That's my YouTube channel. But Jeffrey is also carrying. So I know I have a lot of listeners over there on Jeffrey's channel as well. All right, thanks.
Yes, you do. You do a whole leap away over here.
All right, good.
Right. Big up, Jeffrey. Big up.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Conrad, I'm listening to you. And you might not agree with some of what I'm saying, but that's how it goes. We have to reason. So we're going to reason now.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I believe the Prime Minister must take some of the blame. And why? If you're an honest leader and you follow the Constitution, you do the right thing. You would not go out there and intimidate people to buy vote. You would not do none of those things. And we know that he's a honest. I'm saying some words. It's me. Put up your disclaimer.
Hold on. Let me just say this. I'm going to ask you, although the program is streamed and the social media outfit, because certainly that is how we accompanied mainstream radio to get the reach based on the World Wide Web, etc., etc. However, You have to understand that I am a mainstream broadcaster on the radio, and we operate with certain tenets. So I'm going to ask you and others to basically kind of, work within the perimeters. But go ahead.
I'm working with them. This I will say. I won't go any further with this.
Yes.
To describe him, so using certain words and so on. Further on, but I have to say this one. Pardon me, because we know who Andrew Holness is. He has proven himself to us times and times again, and he will not change. He remains the same adamant, forceful against the people. You see all that talk, enforcing war? He should apologize to the people.
I agree with you on that, caller, and certainly that's what I was talking about in terms of, say, can't blame the prime minister on that, is that there are a number of persons who were told, some of who weren't bribed, were told to come out and vote and to participate. And the truth is that too many of our people in Jamaica have basically taken themselves away from the political process. And we have to call them out on that. But there are things that the prime minister must take blame for. For example, using those language and so on. You don't do that as a prime minister, that basically, especially at a time when you really want to unite your country.
Not at all. But you realize too that this prime minister, Andrew Holness, is not in the business of unification. No way. All the time is this type of attitude. If it's not him, it's cronies in parliament that does this thing. We know who they are. They have said it. And times they come out and exhibit these type of behavior. These things must stop. They have desecrated the parliament. Growing up, this is not the parliament, no matter who disagree. This is not the parliament I know. And I've seen before.
Indeed. And one other thing that you also expect is a level of leader. You have to basically rebuke even your own at times. And take, for example, even Darrell's behavior in the parliament recently. The prime minister should really reprimand him for him. And I'm not talking about call him quietly and say it, but right there and then in the parliament, the prime minister should basically say, listen, no, this is the house that I want the parliamentarian to ask questions and to do it. But then again, the week before the election, when the discussion was supposed to be had, right? This discussion as it relates to how are we going to manage the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa and what should we do going into the hurricane. The speaker literally shut down the opposition member. So it's a whole lot of things, and that is why we are where we are now, because a lot of the discussion should have taken place the week before the election, before the hurricane. So we know what's the lay of the land, and if we were serious about governance and have that discussion going, we would be better off today.
But as a woman,
yes,
it doesn't matter where you are from. It's what you have learned along the
I
way.
have to leave you now, Carla. I'm up on the news, the 11 o'clock news. All right. Thanks a lot.
Okay. All right. I'll follow up another time.
All the best, and thanks for your call. Bye bye.
As Conrad O'Brien goes for the 11 o'clock news from their news station there, we have to be very careful. We cannot bring certain things on the platform here. We have to be very careful. Also, we're standing, and just letting you know that at 7 p.m. this evening, the Make We Talk Current Affair program will be on. We're simulcasting with Conrad O'Brien over there at Newstalk 93 FM. He's taking a quick commercial break, and I think what we need to do is take a quick commercial break here too. Let me find something to play. If we can get it to play. Nothing with politics, but to let Jamaicans be reminded of this.
Within our first 100 days of government, we will start the legislative process to fix the date for general elections in Jamaica. So no government will be able to come and make false promises and hide the truth and tell you half-truths and trick you into voting for them, and then when them win, them throw on poison for you.
100 days to fix election date, still I wait for the promise to fulfill. One broken promise after another. Laughable, as we say. None of your promise not fulfill yet, bossy. So we are wait.
Within the first 100 days of our government, we will start the legislative process to institute impeachment proceedings in Parliament. This will add another layer of protection of the Parliament to ensure that only members of unquestioned integrity sit in the Parliament.
All ministers under the new Jamaica Labour Party government will be given a job letter. That job letter has a timeline of 2 years and 6 months with key performance targets which are agreed upon by the cabinet, focused on two things: economic growth and job creation.
Andrew, you need to do what you said from 2016. You say you're going to put it on paper. So anything you put on paper, the MP have to work with it. So you need to do it now. Because I feel like, say, when you do that, the MP will do them work. And we will see work done in the community.
Within the first 100 days of government, we will start the legislative process to introduce term limits on the office of Prime Minister.
Andrew Wellness, John, him break him promise and nothing him say I'm going to do for the next 100 days and now him not do nothing. Him not keep no promise and him say I'm the promise keeper. What a promise, John Star.
At a convenient time within our new government, we will hold a grand referendum on the CCJ, the Caribbean Court of Justice, as the final appellate court.
You make so much promise for us. Look how long you're in there. Nothing done. All for the COVID. They promise the people them $25,000. Nothing done. Huh? So what you expect me to do? Tell me if you sleep with the door and window open and nothing done.
For 2 days.
Please, Mr. Knight, please.
I'm suggesting that you are pathologically mendacious.
Mr. Knight, that is an improper suggestion.
Why?
And an improper.
After he just said what he just said?
Yes.
It's pathological.
Mr. Knight, please continue your cross-examination if you so intend to.
He was referring to what you said, a ruling you made.
And he laughed at you.
And laughed. You have a pathological condition when it comes to telling the truth. And I'm suggesting to you that you have misled, you have conspired, and you have deceived the Parliament, the people of this country, and the inquiry this commission, the diaspora and every Jamaican, and that you, Prime Minister, should pack your bags and go.
Mr. Chairman, right, Mr. Small. But Mr. Chairman, you need to put your foot down. Put my foot down or what? Adjourn it? Well, take charge. Please, Mr. Knight, please.
I'm suggesting that you are pathologically mendacious.
Mr. Knight, that is an improper suggestion.
Why?
And an improper...
After he just said what he just said?
Yes.
It's pathological.
Mr. Knight, please continue your cross-examination if you so intend.
He was referring to what you said, a ruling you made.
This is Make We Talk breaking news.
An item of news just coming in: Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. the Honorable Harris Chang, is recuperating after a procedure. He went into the hospital, it seems like, and the Minister of National Security now is recuperating. And based on what we're getting out of Jamaica House, that the Deputy Prime Minister is recuperating from a procedure that was done on him. He is doing well based on what we're getting to understand, that the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security of Jamaica, Dr. the Honorable Harris Chang, is recuperating from a procedure that was done on him. This is Make We Talk News. We're going to go back to Conrad O'Brien soon.
This is Make We Talk breaking news.
Titles Division.
This is Make We Talk breaking news.
Corporate uniform and
Another item of news coming in: Prime Minister Andrew Holness has defended his administration push to open the London police station in Westmoreland after devastation by Hurricane Melissa. Thus, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has defended his administration in the push to open the Little London police station in Westmoreland. Wow, that's good. We have some other news coming into us. We are not going to go back to Conrad O'Brien yet. We have a little item of news coming into us here on the Make We Talk YouTube channel. This is Make We Talk breaking news coming into us Let's do this.
This is Make We Talk Breaking News.
An item of news coming into us this Monday morning here on the Make We Talk channel. A minor earthquake was felt in St. Elizabeth early Monday morning, according to the earthquake unit at the University of the West Indies. That's an earthquake was felt in St. Elizabeth early Monday morning. It's an item of news coming into us. An earthquake in St. Elizabeth. A minor earthquake where parts of St. Elizabeth early Monday morning, according to the earthquake unit. The tremor occurred at 2:24 on 2:24 a.m. on December 1st, 2025, with a magnitude of 3.1. That's an earthquake was recorded in St. Elizabeth this morning. As soon as we get some more news, we will pass it on to you. We're going to go back to Conrad O'Brien.
This is Make We Talk Breaking News.
And nothing that he will do will ever come to pass in a positive way. Let me tell you why. You see, Conrad, the voice of the people is the voice of the American.
This is.
And when the people have lost their voice, they lost their voice by the choice that they want to make, and they didn't get the choice. No, you don't expect God is going to just get up and just bless you, because the Bible says lying lips are abomination unto the Lord. The word abomination in context is when something is abominable is rejected.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you have been rejected. But we keep telling the people there about the economy. We're lying about inflation. We're lying about unemployment is down 3%. We're lying about so many things. And to the point now that here is it a disaster come.
But those numbers, for example, for employment and so on, those numbers come from the institution such as Tatin and the PIOJ that is filtered. That is filtered to the government.
You're a very bright man. You know you come to my school. I know I taught you well. You know, Uncle Conrad, I heard the JPS, which is an institution, just like the other institution, was giving out some figures about 89 and 79% of Jamaica, is electrified. But I heard Darrell run out 2 times and say, look at those figures that in accordance with the reality that you speak. So people do tell lies irrespective of which institution they speak from. We are living in a corrupt and lying nation, so it doesn't matter where lies.
Hear what happened. Yes, it's true. Darrell came out and questioned whether or not he's saying that the reality does not burn that out. However, there is also something that is important. And the JPS have to be mindful of this. It doesn't matter when you talk about 85 or 90% of whatever. We're talking about those places that were hit. What percentage of those connectivity are there? Because there are some places that you didn't even have to lift a finger to basically reconnect. You just switch on, turn on a switch. So this whole business.
Spanish Town and other places in Portmore, Conrad, as you know. Anyway, let me get to the other point. The other point, Uncle Conrad, why I live into this country and find how fascinating this country is. And every time that I walk around and look, and I really look at young people and I saw them, you can see the frustration on their faces. You see them walking and talking to themselves. There is a mental breakdown in this country that we are not seeing. We are passing it every day. We are passing young people. I heard you this morning talking about those who should vote and they didn't go to vote, and those who take our money. And the question now, what are they saying now? Because our country is into a management and a leadership crisis. And I'll tell you why, Uncle Conrad. Here is it that in Malaysia, they have a wicked storm destruction took place. In the Philippines, they are demonstrating now, so the leaders must go. All in Sri Lanka, a massive storm, tornadoes and typhoon must replace. The people are demanding leadership on the ground. While in Jamaica, the people want to demand it from the government are on their phone.
Well, you see.
Take away the phone from these people and defone them. They will not take responsibility and see nothing happening.
Listen, that's not it. And don't have to take away no phone from nobody and deprive no phone from anyone. The fact of the matter is that the people that you talk of, those in those countries, they have phones too, but they are proactive. And we must basically call on our people. And also, we have to understand that in countries, you do have what is called an opposition as well, that must put pressure and push back on the government of the day when things not going in accordance with the wish of the people. We can't. If you're afraid of egg. If you're afraid of as the late Barbara Gluden used to say to me, if you're afraid of you can't eat eggs. So the opposition cannot be cowering and coy and afraid to call. I am saying to date, I have not heard the opposition in a very forceful and pointed way say to the government, clear the people them off of the land down there and clean the land. When I say clear the people, give the people opportunity to basically be housed in a decent place, clean the place and start the rebuilding process. Today, going in the 5th week after the hurricane, we should have, rather than the Prime Minister talking about people wanting to go and deliver one bag of food or a care package, the Prime Minister should be out there today with the real photo opportunity, showing that, listen, 300, 400, 500 houses are really out here now under construction and so on, ready to move our people at various stages.
I heard you. But let me say this. The Prime Minister has 2 books he's playing out of. He has a 20.
I'm going to have to leave you now, though, Al. I have to leave you. I can finish
the point because you're just a little bit over my time. The Prime Minister have 2 books. One from 1988 with Mr. Tiago and Gilbert. That when the people were.
All right, we're lost to Al. Al, go ahead and finish, Al. Al.
In the 1988, when Gilbert came, and a lot of things came to this country. The next election, they were dumping the sea. After the last election,
okay. I didn't know that.
Well, you didn't know that?
No.
You didn't know that, Conrad?
No, I didn't.
Everybody over your age. And they will tell you, 1988, when Gilbert came, a lot of things came from all over the world to give us.
Yeah, man, I know a lot of things came in, but I didn't know that they were actually dumping sea.
Zinc, then put a rock stone pan zinc and dump it out under the sea. And the people never get it because they lost the election in 89. Right? And they say the people are ungrateful. Right? So all of these things, and it is a playbook that some people are playing out of today. The things that have come here, Conrad, it is the entertainers.
All right. I have to leave you there now, Al. Thanks for today. All right. Good. All right. Bye-bye. All right. So we're seeing someone is saying that the minister is to the minister is too full of himself. Is too full of himself. All right, too full of himself. The Prime Minister is too full of himself, looking for praises up to his neck. And remember, Conrad, he is running all of the ministries. All right. Okay, then. Let's see if we have other callers there. Hello, caller. All right, so come to you, callers. In a minute, we will get to you. Hello, caller.
Yeah, good morning, Conrad.
Hi, morning. How are you doing? Hello? Caller? Caller? All right, trying to get through to that, get the caller. Caller's there. Caller?
Hello?
Yes. Caller, go ahead. Hold on there, caller. Caller?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, to you, Mr. Caller. Good morning.
Hi, John. Yeah, man. Morning.
Yeah, 2 quick things here. About going to the fourth week now. The Prime Minister has been talking about this coupon to give people to go and collect relief supplies. They're going to stock some shops and people have a coupon to go. My brother, if Jamaica had to wait for the coupon, people will be dying for hunger and thirst in this country.
That's true.
The amount of talk sometimes it's so sickening. The talk what you're gonna do, talk what you're gonna do, and then you don't see it.
There's also something with that, John. We know that a lot of food supply, food stuff, and so on, and all sorts of things, toiletries, all those things have been coming in by way of donation. I heard the Prime Minister with the conversation about the coupon with a certain value price. So what happened? Is it that these shops are going to be stocked? They are going to be operated by the government to basically hand out these things? Or people, what is the situation? Because I heard the conversation, but I don't know, I don't quite get the substance of it. How is it going to be done?
What he's saying is that there are some shops, the government is going to stop them in a community. And then you get your coupon and you go there and collect what you want. And the government, we're going to respond, and we're going to pay. The people don't worry that shop, they are putting time.
Oh, they're going to pay the shopkeepers for their time.
Yeah,
but the stuff
the thing is, my brother, in 4 weeks, the Prime Minister have been saying the same thing.
Yes.
One coupon has been issued. And you see, it's the election of consequences, my brother. And I'm going to tell about the election of consequences. Mark Gordon has said in the election, in the campaign, that everybody who live after land 25 years or more, he's going to make sure those persons get tighter for the land when they live on. And I'm sure that people in Westmoreland, since we live in that country, have lived on the parts of lands for more than 25 years. And I don't think Andrew was I'm going to entertain that, because when it was mentioned to him by Dayton Chamber, he was talking about a different thing, because the government really plans to make it, if you live in 60, you can't get the land. And this land reform, I think it must be ramped up, and that is why election have consequences.
And it begs the question, John, is it why we are hearing about this temporary housing? And we heard from the Prime Minister himself that these houses will basically range from the lifespan of these houses will be from 2 years to 10 years.
Well, I am not sure what I mean. But I look at contractors and say that make sure them are part of the country that houses going to put up.
Yes, the Master Builders Association.
I bet you a child that work.
Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Because
I say, Conrad, the Prime Minister does not do anything and it's not benefit from it.
Okay.
One way or the other. Become yourself.
All right. Take care. All right. All right. All right. Absolutely not. Media leaders reject call for. All right. So there's a very big article here. We're seeing Dashan Hendricks of the Observer and Gary Allen of RJR. I'll share that with you momentarily, what they're saying. Hello, caller.
Hi, morning.
Wow. Hold on. Hold on. I'm getting two persons. I was hearing.
This is Make We Talk breaking news.
An item of news coming in: a minor earthquake ripped through parts of St. Elizabeth early Monday morning. That's an earthquake ripped parts of St. Elizabeth early Monday morning. Based on what we're hearing, that the magnitude 3.1 earthquake rocked part of St. Elizabeth early this morning. That's a minor earthquake. Has ripped part of St. Elizabeth early Monday morning. As soon as we get some more news, we will pass it on to you. That's an earthquake has ripped parts of St. Elizabeth early Monday morning. You know that St. Elizabeth is just recuperating from Hurricane Melissa. So an earthquake was felt in parts of St. Elizabeth this morning. We will pass on more news to you. This is Make We Talk breaking news. A part of St. Elizabeth was rocked with earthquake this morning.
This is Make We Talk breaking news.
Fulsome, statement coming from the Prime Minister of Jamaica, who happens to be the leader, the head of CARICOM, the chairman of CARICOM at the moment, about this whole thing that is happening within the Caribbean space and the attack on Venezuela. We are hearing out of the United States of America, where people both from the Democrat and indeed even some Republicans who are saying that what is taking place is illegal, and they are saying that, listen, this is against the tenets of the law and it's plain. They are describing it as out and out murder, what we saw happening just thus far with persons who are traveling in vessels, fishermen in the main. About 87 of them have been murdered so far.
Yes, and also, Conrad, I was watching a news article where even the fishermen in Trinidad, they are fearful of going beyond, say, 10 miles because they are fearful of getting killed. And you know that's going to affect the economy, because some of these fishermen, they sell the fish to send their kids to school and to provide for their family. So I'm wondering, Conrad, do you think
but you're gone far.
Is doing this?
You're gone far, because our local fishermen here, they are also saying that they're unable to get the kind of catch that they normally do because they can't venture out in the waters. So it's not just Trinidad alone.
Yes, and I'm wondering, Conrad, do you think that the United States, the president is doing this in order to somewhat, because I know that the Epstein file is about to be released, as somewhat of a form of distraction?
That could be one theory, but I think also the major theory is to basically control the oil in Venezuela. One must remember that Venezuela sits on the largest deposit of oil reserve anywhere in the world. So it's really a mixed bag. But I can tell you this, that I don't expect Russia and indeed the Chinese to sit idle by and watch America going and invade Venezuela. Also, one must remember that Venezuela is a very huge space and it's not a walkover. It's not a walkover.
Yes.
So I think Donald Trump should basically tread carefully.
Even though
Microsoft News understand that Prime Minister Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness has assumed temporary oversight of the Ministry of National Security and Peace, while Minister Dr. Harris Strong recovered from a medical procedure.
And loss of innocent lives. So that's my 2 cents for today.
Thanks a lot, pensioner. Yep. All right, thanks a lot. All right, we continue to take the calls. That pensioner, he's calling out of Canada, and certainly it's something that we are watching. This situation with Venezuela and the U.S. basically positioning themselves in the Caribbean. Hello, caller.
Dr. Harris Chang, Minister of National Security.
Hi, Marie. Thanks for holding.
A medical procedure.
Yeah.
Prime Minister
temporary overtake. I'm just gonna say this about this, and then move on. 2022, because I mentioned the Prime Minister going into a compound. In 2022, the Prime Minister was adamant that he would not lift a finger to use government funds to aid any foreign entity, because it's only one sovereign nation. So it's good that he's reaching out, because
over the
people need
Minister
help
of
wherever,
National
that
Security and Peace,
while
Dr. Harris Strong recuperate a medical procedure.
So it's good.
Prime
But
Minister
people will
Andrew
question
Holness
the motives.
assumed temporary oversight over the Minister of National Security.
In talking about the balloon, which is headed
by the same Colonel Chief Curry. So I'll say that and leave that right there. So all right. You see the difference with American politics, Conrad? Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary, and stuff. You see what he did, right? And you see how, the other entity wants to know, I think it's the UN, but wants to know what really happened and why, why were these boats or whatever bombed and people killed, which maybe it looks nefarious. You see, Trump is not a student of history, him not read, and he thinks that yes, America is powerful and all of that, and you could surround a person's country and you could bomb them. But what if you have to go inland? The same thing, in 1963, I think, with the Bay of Pigs invasion, when America think they could overrun Cuba. And you see what happened? They were defeated handsomely. This is what I talk about, Conrad. So Trump needs to know, and you don't because of
as you said, this man is not, he's not a student of history, and he cares zero. And he just believed that the fact that he is the big boy in town, he is the president of the United States, which he beats his chest from time to time, and remind people that he is the president of the United States, as if that give him a carte blanche reason to just go anywhere, and not just go anywhere, but even inside of the United States of America. He decided that, listen, he is going to bypass the Constitution, and he is going to do just anything that suits him. It's just when you look at governance, what is taking place in America as governance under Trump, it boggles the mind. Look even what is happening with the Afghanistan. One person basically did something, went on a frolic of his own. Marie, hold for me. I'll take you back for a minute when we come back. Hold on. Let's go to the last break.
Empire Group of Companies is now in the heart of New Kingston to serve you better at 31 Tobago Avenue. Get Empire Stationery and Office Supplies, Empire Restaurant and Hotel Supplies, Empire Med and Scientific Supplies. Free CC delivery island-wide. Visit their showroom today. Call 876-906-1965-6 or WhatsApp 876-775-2277. Email empirestationery1@gmail.com.
It's a massive Black Friday sale on blinds for every occasion. 20 to 30% off on the most durable and exquisite blinds. Look no further than White Rose Interiors at Unit 32, the Trade Center, 30 to 32 Red Hills Road, Kingston, and Unit 24, G West Center, 6 Crane Boulevard, Fairview, Montego Bay. Don't miss your chance to save on the most durable blinds at White Rose Interiors.
Kenmore Shoe Manufacturing Company Limited, located in Greendale, Spanish Town. We manufacture custom-made clothes and shoes. For the best quality in uniform, corporate wear, safety, and school shoes, visit Kenmore Shoe Manufacturing Company Limited. Kenmore, the best for sure. Call us today at 876-632-8018. Email us at ken_MOR2005@gmail.com. Kenmore, the best for sure.
Are you looking for exceptional dental care? Then look no further, because Wellington Dental is here to serve you. We offer dental care for both adults and children. At Wellington Dental, we know that a visit to the dentist might be mind-boggling, but don't let that stop you from getting the dental care you need. We have trained therapists to help alleviate your anxiety and make you feel so relaxed you feel like you're at home. Wellington Dental, located at 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town. We look forward to serving you.
Property owners, pay your property tax arrears now. Visit your nearest tax office, Linstead Old Harbor and Spanish Town. Pay by cash, debit, or credit card. And take your TRN if you're paying by check. Property tax pays for street lights, garbage collection and disposal, parochial road rehabilitation, and beautification. Contact your tax office or the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation at 876-984-3111 or 984-3112. Avoid legal actions. Pay your property taxes now. now.
Place your garbage bins at the front of your property for easy access by NSWMA sanitation teams. Ensure that your bin or receptacle has a cover and the bottom is pierced. One Jamaica. Like we clean up the place.
This hour is brought to you by Kenmore Manufacturing Company Limited, Greendale, Spanish Town, manufacturing industrial and corporate unit.
Welcome back. I know I have Marie and other callers are holding, but just please bear with me while I give you some breaking news that is coming in to us at this time. So Prime Minister Andrew Holness has assumed the temporary office of National Security, Minister of National Security, as Dr. Horace Chang is in hospital recovering from a medical procedure. Don't know what type of medical procedure, but Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang, in hospital recovering from a medical procedure, while Prime Minister Andrew Holness is basically assuming or has assumed the office of the Ministry of National Security. We're also hearing that a minor earthquake hit the parish of St. Elizabeth shortly. And there's also another story that we're getting. So we'll give you the detail, and this is coming out of the International Monetary Fund, where Jamaica is supposed to get a certain drawdown over the next 3 years. I'll share that with you momentarily. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, welcome caller. Hello. All right. So, Marie, who is there? Marie. Hello, caller. We're trying to sort that. Just hello, caller. As soon as the call is up, we'll get there. We know Marie was supposed to be holding. Hello, caller. Not hearing myself there. Caller. Hello. Caller. Don't know what's going on. Hello. Caller. All right. Yeah. Yes, Milton. Go ahead. Go ahead, Milton. 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 Yes. Go ahead, Milton.
Yes, sir.
Please understand that Prime Minister Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness
lost him there. Milton.
Conrad has been given the vote, right?
Sorry, Milton. Let me just say this because it's a little bit disturbing at sometimes, but I must inform the listeners. Listeners, I will be saying callers. What happened is because some of our callers, they are calling via WhatsApp, and there is a sort of delay, or WhatsApp tend to be in and out sometimes, so I'm not hearing the callers. So that's why I keep on saying I'm not hearing the callers. Hello, caller, go ahead now, please.
WhatsApp now, anyhow.
Yes.
Hello.
Dr. Rothko has been given the boot, right?
What me do know?
Doctor who?
Has been given the boot in St.
What me do know?
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let's keep on going in and out.
Yeah, after 24 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Christian Nongsa, is he the longest serving Caribbean Prime Minister or the second?
No, he would not be the longest serving, because I remember that Dr. Fidel Castro ruled for a number of years. You're talking
Prime Minister, I never said president, you know.
But you did go on to say leader of the Caribbean, leader in the Caribbean. But hold on, Milton, please. Milton, please. Don't hug that. Just calm down, man, and let's reason. You're asking the question. I am not sure. But I would not be surprised if he is. 25 years, a long time.
Okay, that means it could be a toss-up between he and Eugene at charge of Dominica.
You know too much, though.
One of those small islands. It could be a toss-up between both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Second thing now, sir, Mr. Marlon Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
But as a junior minister, he should spend more time in
He
the
is not
ministry.
a junior minister. He is a parliamentary secretary.
But technically, a parliamentary secretary is a junior minister.
No, it's not. They're different. They're different. But I understand the point you're making. Won't detain ourselves on that. Go ahead, sir.
True.
More that this from Mr. Morgan, you know, I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, man. There is a protest going on.
I didn't hear you. What did you say? What can you guarantee about Mr. Morgan?
Have been protesting.
I can assure you, sir, that as so long as the administration is in effect, Mr. Morgan, we expect him to
buses and taxis drivers
expect that.
who are
all right.
What?
More sound like a political
charging more because of Hurricane Melissa.
All right.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Wallace now
this not look good.
From the carpet country.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you, I go look about some house to them, and some of the people from some of the country from Africa who decided to help Jamaica in the recovery process. I'm gonna get some of them to get some of them there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you said some of the.
Is he trying to woo the Maroon based on the event that what took place in East Portland in the 3rd of September?
I don't know what he's trying to do, but listen, when the Prime Minister do something that we think is not good, we critique and we criticize the Prime Minister. And so if the Prime Minister gone down to a compound a compound, right, where he is and say, listen, this is the lay of the land, and they're going to be helping and do some. I don't want to read into motive. I'll just basically, I'll just say, okay, fine, go ahead and help the people. I'm not going to see a duppy behind every door.
But you want to know the Prime Minister expect a political spin-off on that?
Yes, and it may or may not happen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It may or may not happen. There are a lot of things that was done, for example, in Eastern Portland, and people believe that some people believe that, you know, the former MP was impregnable. And who is the member of parliament there now? Isaac Buchanan. So it depends on what people that go into the constituency and do during their campaign and so on. So I'm not going to read certain things. If the Prime Minister went in and people need help and he said, listen, I'm going to be offering this help to the people, more power.
$0.7 billion in national over the next 3 years.
Colonel
Melissa. The announcement was made by the IMF, International Monetary Fund. Jamaica is set to receive.
Of course, the PNP is a political party, so if they want to sit by and I don't know that will move Corey to whichever side of the fence. I don't know. But you're reading into the politics, Milton. Go ahead and speculate.
Jamaica is set to receive up to US billion US dollars.
They claim that they are being isolated from the seat of power from way back when.
Yes.
So any political party can put Mr. Curry in a substantial position, you know. The man with them around to him, like how they run to Isaac Buchanan. Why don't you ask Mr. Kalimbe who went on the 3rd of September? What causes
3 years?
We have spoken to Colin.
National Monetary Fund.
Milton, you have to listen sometime. You can't just talk. I am responding to you, sir. You ask a question and you go on. Just calm down, man.
Go ahead, big man. Go ahead.
I'm a big man, sir. All right. Anyhow, Milton, I will respond. We have a few more we want to take before the break. So let's go to the other callers. All right. All right. Good. Cool. So we have had Colin here many times, and Colin talk about the situation in Eastport, and I'll explain a little so Milton can hear. Hello, caller. Hello. Hi, Marie.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Sorry
I
about
was
that.
on hold and I kept hearing you, but the line was open for me to respond.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, like I was saying, right? Like I was saying, Trump is not a student of history because if he was, right? I'm not saying that America's powerful with a powerful army. We all know that, right? Land, sea, air, and in between. But what you should remember, go read up about the Bay of Pigs, and and we thought and Cuba, with nothing, I would say with nothing, was able to defeat, even with the same Maroons, went up against the British. So sometimes don't think that, it's so easy. Because war, you never know, because you sink in boats and all of that. And see, they're holding them accountable. See, that's the difference, Conrad, with because if it was Jamaica, I say, oh yeah, them out there, them not the right, we would have found an excuse to say yes, the person is right for doing what they are doing. America is not perfect still, Conrad, because there's a lot of things that happen
far
inside
from
and
it.
outside.
Far from it.
Yeah. But the fact of the matter is that, they will try to bring to account, hold people to account with anything that happens, unlike here. And
Some of them.
Something. Yeah, because they went into the Bushes went into Iraq and did the same thing with Saddam Hussein, and Iraq has never been the same again. And it's all because of wanting the oil. Them come up with this false notion of WMDs, and and Iraq has never been the same. So and even so America has allies. America have interests. And this sphere of influence around in the Caribbean, America don't want to see anybody else.
They said that they have temporary friends, but alliances.
Yes. China and Russia, because they're Maduro is call it friendly with them. I think that is the kind of thing that is. I think they would have run in Venezuela a long time. Had it not been for that, I think they would have overrun Venezuela a long time. And we don't want any war in the Caribbean because people was thinking that for them business, it will affect Jamaica and it will affect the Caribbean basin some way if there should be a theater of war within the Caribbean space. People don't understand that. Them think is that Jamaica will be immune when I have no shield around us. You understand me, Conrad? So so the leaders in the Caribbean should put their heads together and try to see if they could quell this notion. You can't talk to Trump still, but whatever. We don't need a theater of war within the Caribbean basin.
At least we need to hear a unified voice coming out of CARICOM, PJ Patterson, the former Prime Minister, a man who is always well respected in CARICOM. He weighed in recently and he issued a statement on it and so on. And I don't recall if I think former Prime Minister Bruce Golding may have said something as well. But certainly, Marie, we would expect to hear some voice coming out of Jamaica from the seat of power at this time, primarily because Prime Minister Holness is the person at the helm of CARICOM at this time. Thanks a lot, Marie.
You're not gonna hear nothing because our Prime Minister is using Trump's playbook. So you're not gonna hear. You won't hear anything coming out of him. Leah Motley, the Iron Lady of the Caribbean, she come out and say she wants it. You'll never hear anything coming from the Prime Minister. And Marlon Morgan, you can't listen to me once say I run, come take me on. But you know, say true, me I tell you.
All right. Thanks a lot. We have a few more minutes to go. And unfortunately, boy, I don't know what is wrong with this thing here. So many of my callers are saying that they're not hearing my callers, that those persons who are listening on my YouTube channel. But of course, I know that we're up on the Make We Talk YouTube channel as well, so people are joining us there. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. We have about 11 minutes going up to 12 o'clock. Hello, caller. Not hearing the caller.
Yes, sir, Conrad.
Hey, hi, country, yes? I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Quick follow-up on the Bolas Primary School. There is no generator there. And because of the bad road, a week before the storm, the taxi men raised the fare from $150 to $250. because of the bad road. And this road is less than 3 miles of road. So we are calling on the member of parliament and on the councillor to act immediately. Catch your Conrad.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. All right, so we're getting a report here that's coming in saying that Jamaica is set to receive up to 6.7 billion US dollars in international support over the next three years to help rebuild after Hurricane Melissa. The announcement was made by the International Monetary Fund, IMF, today. That's Monday today. And this article that I'm reading from, it's courtesy of Nationwide News. So once again, just in, Jamaica is set to receive up to US $6.7 billion in international support over the next 3 years to help rebuild after Hurricane Melissa. And the announcement was made today out of the International Monetary Fund. So we are seeing where, funds are being, we need more on this. Just to hear that we're getting this, I don't know I guess there's an article somewhere that, will basically outline the detail and so on. And of course, we understand that Minister of Finance, Favour Williams, she will be on her feet tomorrow in the House of Representatives. That was telegraphed to us by none other than the Prime Minister last week, Tuesday, when the pressure continued to mount on the Minister of Finance as to why he has not addressed the country so far. It's a little late in coming. However, she will be on her feet tomorrow afternoon in the George William Gardner House right there and Duke Street in downtown Kingston. So we await to hear what will come out of that. And I was sharing with you earlier a story here on the front page of the Gleaner with a picture of Gary Allen of RJR Group and indeed Dashan Hendricks of the Observer, where it said, absolutely not. Media leaders reject call for to reinstate criminal libel, says civil remedies sufficient to tackle online abuse. And I certainly agree with this as part of the media landscape. I would not at all support that criminal libel thing to be enforced against us. And indeed, how do you navigate? There are other ways of going. What this will do will stifle the way how people put out information, whether on mainstream or on social media. So let's guard against those and ensure that we have the guardrails up so that we are not deprived of freedom of speech and to basically being critical of things that are things that seems, injurious to us going forward. And we're seeing a picture here of education spokesman, and that's Damian Crawford, says school churches unite to host students from devastated parishes. And of course, you heard from Country just now giving us an update there on the Wanda Bolus Primary School. That's a school that is situated in the constituency of Damian Crawford. Said there's no generator there, and let's see if the powers that be will make attempt to ensure that as much as possible, the schools that need, a generator to get them going, those things are there. We understand that the schools have been destroyed or damaged at varying level. Some have been almost totally destroyed, while others lost part of their roofs and so on and so forth. But whatever it is, we want to ensure that they are back up and running. We also heard from the caretaker for Northeast St. Andrew earlier, Miss Stacey Knight, and she made mention of the alumni there for the New Day primary. And, so they have a very strong alumni there. And, she is going to be tracking to that institution today to see what the lay of the land is. I hope to get some information from her as it relates to what she eyeball there, and I will bring that to you tomorrow as we get things going. I must also say to you that I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I will have a minister of government tomorrow. I'm hoping that we'll have the agriculture minister, Minister Floyd Green, who is also the member of parliament for Southwest St. Elizabeth, a constituency that suffer severe punishment from Hurricane Melissa. Of course, Black River is in that constituency and other area that have been decimated by Hurricane Melissa. So hopefully we will have Minister Green tomorrow. I had a brief discussion with him this morning, weren't able to tie down the interview with him fully, but I'm sure that my friend Floyd Green will grace me with his presence, because all we seek is information for our people. So let's see what comes of that tomorrow. So that's another big occasion that you have to join us here at News Talk 93 FM tomorrow. It's the lay of the land, and we know that we have thousands who are listening to us on the various platforms. Thanks a lot for joining us on those platforms wherever you are. You're up on the Conrad Obi, the Fireman channel. You're also over there and the Make We Talk YouTube channel with Jeffrey Tavares and so on. Clarendon, quiet crisis. That's the headline on the Observer, talking about the quiet crisis in Clarendon. Scores of residents struggle in the wake of Hurricane Melissa, while relief focuses on southwestern parish. So that's another situation there where a lot of people now beginning to cry foul, because they're saying that, listen, it's not just the western part of the island have been decimated, but there are many, many places. For example, up there in Top Clarendon, a lot of people are suffering there. So we need to get the full lay of the land as it relates to how the people generally across the length and breadth of Jamaica who have been touched in some way, shape, or form by Hurricane Melissa will be resuscitated, whether it is persons who had their small businesses or just people who have been, out of homes and so on, the roofs there. I know, for example, in even Northeast Manchester, Northwest Manchester, a lot of people there have lost roof and so on and so forth. Let me say thanks to my guest this morning, Stacey Knight, attorney at law, and indeed to all my callers and viewers. I want to say thanks, and to our friends at Make We Talk channel there, also to my producer, Tanya Richards. On behalf of her, Conrad O'Brien, say join us again tomorrow, same time, same place.
You just had a live broadcast, a live simulcast broadcast from the studios of News Talk 93 FM over there in Kingston City, Jamaica. Before I go any further, I must apologize to everyone. Apparently the mic was on and you hear everything that I was saying. I do apologize. I didn't realize that the mic was on. I do apologize to you all. Join me this evening for an exciting episode of the Make We Talk program this evening at 7 p.m. My special guest will be none other than Dr. Karen Dunkley, along with Wilfred Samuel Rattigan, the man who hailed from Waterhouse, Jamaica's poor people leader, Jamaica's fearless leader. Wilfred Rattigan will be on the Make We Talk program this evening, along with Dr. Karen Dunkley. We'll be broadcasting live, simulcasting live with Cayman Mall Road over there in the Cayman Islands. We'll be broadcasting with them live. I want to say thank you all for coming on. Join me then. So many breaking news going on. I heard about Jamaica to to draw down on $6.7 billion over the next 3 years to help to rebuild after Hurricane Melissa. The International Monetary Fund has just announced that. You also heard about the Prime Minister taking over the leadership of the leadership of the Ministry of National Security and Peace, while Minister Dr. Harris Chang recuperating hospital. You also heard about a minor earthquake at rocked St. Elizabeth. That's a minor earthquake at rocked St. Elizabeth. Those are the news that's coming into us, plus other news in around the Caribbean. News between Venezuela and the United States, not looking good. Not looking good at all. Not looking good at all. So many things happening. So many things happening. So many things happening. Let me see this here. Police in St. Catherine are probing a deadly attack at a barber shop in the community, in the Cumberland community of St. Catherine on Saturday that left the operator dead and an elderly man nursing gunshot wound. That's the Jamaica Constable Force is now probing a deadly attack at a barber shop in St. Catherine on Saturday that left the operator of the barber shop dead and the elderly man nursing gunshot wounds. Nothing ceased to amaze me, as what they always said, there's never a dull moment in Jamaica. Never a dull moment in Jamaica. And also, this is news coming in also again. Police in St. Elizabeth is investigating a mob killing on Saturday afternoon in the Barman Valley housing scheme in St. Elizabeth. Man identifies as Jermaine Davison. That's the police in St. Elizabeth is investigating a mob killing on Saturday afternoon. So, it's so many things going on. So many things going on. So many things going on. I have so many things to talk to you all about later on this evening. So join me then. I am Jeffrey Tavares saying so long. On behalf of all of us here, thank you all for coming on. May God bless you. May God bless our island home, Jamaica Land Love. Join us tomorrow again for an exciting episode of Conrad O'Brien. Remember to join us this evening at 7 p.m. for the Make We Talk Current Affair program. See it on your screen there. That's Make We Talk Current Affair program this and every Monday with yours truly, Jeffrey Tavares, on the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. We'll be simulcasting this Monday with Cayman Mall Road. Our special guest will be none other than Dr. Karen Dunkley and also Wilfred Samuel Rattigan. I am Jeffrey Tavares saying so long. Good afternoon, everyone.
Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represent yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affect the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represent yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affect the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represent yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affect the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.